Welcome to the show. Hey everybody, TooManyFords here with a quick Death and Resurrection Show update. As you can see, I'm back from my vacation. I survived the Caribbean, or more likely it survived me. I'm engaged. Summer is almost here. We're basically here in Idaho. Weather's coming around, and things are pretty good. As good as they can be, all things considered. And as you can tell, yes, we are in the Powerstroke. We're going for a little drive because I need to just bring you up to speed on everything. So we're coming up, we're pretty much at the 6-7 month mark of me owning this truck. And if you've been following the videos, you know that in that time we've found some major issues, pulled and completely rebuilt the engine. We've replaced a ton of sensors, and to be honest, it's still just not right. It's a hell of a lot better than it was, because it didn't run. Well, it just ran very, very poorly. So we kind of are in this interesting position where I'm pretty much done with the truck. These kinds of things happen, unfortunately, and I don't think it's so much giving up on the project or giving up on the truck. It's definitely a vehicle I'd like to own, but currently it's still got some, I would say, relatively minor issues. It's not anywhere near as bad as it was when I got it, but even after having the injectors remanufactured, rebuilding the engine, replacing the map sensor, replacing the turbocharger, replacing the every sensor on the engine, doing a ton of diagnostic work. It's got a new injector driver module in it. I got it to stop smoking, thankfully, but it still is really low on power. And it's not so low on power that you can't go for a drive or run it around town to complete errands, which is what I've been doing in the truck the last month or so. But it's just not there. And we're coming up on a wall known as diminishing returns. As much as I hate to admit that, because I do like this truck, it's just not, it's still got so many things wrong with it that for me to see it all the way through and get this to where it looks decent, it drives really well, it makes power like it's supposed to, where I can hook a 15,000 pound trailer onto this truck and tow it to Montana and back. It's very far from that. We've got wheel bearing issues. The center support bearing on the drive shaft, because this is a long bed, so it's got the super long 2-piece shaft. It's on its way out. The U-joints on the front drive shaft are done. One of the locking hubs is done, meaning it doesn't want to engage or disengage easily. You really have to finagle with it to get it there. And that sucks. You know, full disclosure, I've got about $4,600 sunk into this truck, which in the grand scheme of Powerstrokes is not bad. But when you look at the overall condition of the truck, you can start to understand where I'm getting into that. Okay, you know, if I put another $2,500 in this truck to make it drive right, we're now at a truck that has cost me over $7,000 and still looks, pardon my French, like a big blue pile of shit. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow. Now, I do okay for myself, but I'm not made of money that way, despite how much I'd like to be. It just isn't in the cards. But it is tough, though, because I have put a lot of effort and time into this rig, and it is a cool truck. It has a ton of potential. They really don't make pickups like this anymore, and that's a shame. Meaning the manual pieces of it, manual hubs, manual T-case. manual transmission. That's the whole reason we went through this, was for the manual transmission. It's wide open throttle, by the way. You can hear something's going on with it. It's struggling. It'll get around, and you can drive it places. It'll pull itself up hills. You know, if you don't hustle along too hard, it does fine. I've been running errands in the truck, but I took a whole bed load of grass clippings and weeds. So let's say at the most 350, 400 pounds. I tried taking those out to the dump the other day, and this thing felt like it wanted to die. It never stalled out on me. Truck ran for like 3.5 hours. It just, you know, it's a Powerstroke. It was struggling with grass. Not good. Back to what I was saying about diminishing returns. You know, that's I think the biggest distinction to make here is that this isn't me giving up on the truck because I don't want to finish it. This is me going, okay, is this thing really gonna be worth getting that deep into it financially and then still not being satisfied with the truck because it's still going to need body work, the bed's destroyed, the interior, although not bad by any means, it's still just an XLT Ford. You know, the only real options in this truck are the power windows and power door locks. So it's not like we're trying to bring some unicorn 7.3 crew cab long bed 1-ton King Ranch truck back to life that's just completely beautifully stock and well maintained with a shit drivetrain. This is a truck that's lived a relatively hard life, and it shows. Now, if it had just been injectors and I paid the $750 or $800 to get that done, and then it ran fine, and it was like, okay, I got to do the alignment, it needs tires, it needs this, and I was into the truck $6,500, but it was a runner, that's a different story. Well, I shouldn't say 65, I should say 45. That's kind of my budget was $4,500, $4,700, but the intention was to do that and then have a truck that, although looked bad, was really quite capable. We don't have that yet, and I don't think that it's so much an issue with the motor. I'm very confident that I did a good job rebuilding the engine. It's got really good compression. There's a sensor or a break in the wiring harness somewhere in the engine compartment, or something is going on with this. Since the last video that I filmed before I went on my cruise and got back, we've done more testing. It has actually gone to a shop, as much as I hate to admit that, because no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to stop smoking. They wound up finding a bad IDM, which is a bummer because I paid a company to make sure that worked, and they told me it did, and it wound up being bad. You get little spurts like this where it sounds decent, it's making boost, and it's running all right. It's a weird truck. I think it's just, like I said, it's just had a hard life. And these old Super Duties with the leaf spring front end, man, these are rough riding son of guns. Right now it's not too bad. You get any bumps or undulations with no load in this thing, whew, it's a bucking Bronco. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just a situation where, as much as it pains me, it's time to move this truck on to the next owner, to someone who doesn't have quite as many projects as I do, who is really, really looking for this exact truck, not so much because they want to tow a ton of weight, but because, you know, let's be honest, this is a very legendary truck as far as late model vehicles go. This is the pre-DPF filter, pre-DEF, pre-EGR valve, kind of top dog truck right next to the first gen 6.6 Duramaxes, where, you know, these trucks were, people still pay a lot of money for them, and they still seek them out because of the reputation they have. If you maintain them, they're very reliable. If you treat them right, they're extremely reliable. This particular truck was not maintained well, definitely wasn't treated well, and, you know, to give the truck credit, it still made the 18-mile drive from Middleton out to Nampa with not just a hurt motor, a completely blown engine. So you got to give credit where it's due. These things are going to be around until I die. 7.3s are running around and driving around still. they're just tough. They are damn good trucks. But as much as it pains me to say it, this one is going away. It's currently listed on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and all I'm really looking to do is just get my money back out of it, which shouldn't be too much of a problem because my bottom line is still about $1,100 below, or I think actually more like $2,100 below the Blue Book value of this truck. That's kind of a testament to the reputation these rigs have, because I didn't think this truck was worth $6,800, but you know, you tell Kelly Blue Book what the truck is, and you tell it that it's a massive pile of crap, and it still goes, yeah, it's worth between $6,000 and $7,000. Good luck with your sale, bud. Oh, thanks, KBB. So, a little bit bittersweet. The fiance and I are going to get another Super Duty, but we've decided to get a newer truck and to get a gas truck. A couple reasons for that. What we're planning on doing with the rig, I don't think that we really need a diesel. And I'm not afraid to say that. I think there's a weird stigma these days with how capable the diesel trucks are, that people feel like they have to buy a diesel truck even if all they're doing is driving back and forth to work or going to Home Depot once a month. And the reality of it is, even a diesel truck as old as this, they are so capable, and they have such high payload capacities, they have such high towing capacities, that unless you really need it, or you really want it, in which case, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. It's almost a waste. It's almost the money that you spend on the diesel truck is not really worth it when you aren't actually having to tow at the upper limits of what a 3/4 or 1 ton heavy duty truck can do. Shannon, my fiance, and I, we have a boat. I have a race car. Tow a single car trailer for the next couple of years, that won't be a big deal. A 6.2 liter F-250 is more than capable of that. The other big part of it is that Miss Shannon really does not like driving manuals. And I can't say I blame her for that, but she uses the trucks too. The pickups that I've had over the years that we've been together, she uses them for things too. So I can't expect her to want to hop into this and go do something fun or productive around the house. She's got a garden that she takes really great care of, and she's usually throwing big bags of gardening soil and things like that inside her little Chevy Equinox or her Ford Fiesta. So as always, that's kind of been one of the things we wanted to do was, hey, we've got a truck, you can go, and she wants to plant a tree. Okay, go down to the nursery, buy a tree, huck it in the back of the pickup. She doesn't want to drive this truck. She didn't want to drive my last one. It was a 5-speed gas 3/4 ton Ford, and I get that. I get it. So what we're doing, we're going to sell this or possibly trade it in. I'm not sure yet. And she's got a 2015 Ford Fiesta that, no joke, has like just over 10,000 miles on it. It's barely been driven. It's in immaculate condition. And damn battery died. Anyways, like I was getting at, it's just the situation that I'm in with the truck and the situation my fiance and I are in with both of us having work vehicles and her not really using or needing her old personal car anymore. We're just going to go in on a gasser because for what we want to use it for, a nicer, like a Lariat trim, 6.2 liter F-250 is going to be just more than enough. And it's a sad way to end my story with this truck after everything that I've been through with it, but it's also really the most logical. And it's hard sometimes to make choices like that with your brain instead of your heart, and you really like a certain truck or a certain car or a bike or a boat or another person, whatever, you get to that point where it's gonna cost you a lot more to let it go than it is to hold on to it. It's kind of a shitty place to be in, and I don't know. I don't think that there isn't a person on the planet that hasn't had some situation like that. They can't relate to that a little bit. I know most car folk have, motorcycle people, and then other people have been pretty lucky, I guess, with cars. They don't have issues. But a lot of the guys and gals that I hang out with are a little bit more brave than your average motorist when it comes to fixing or rebuilding something or trying to get it back on the road or making something really cool out of it. So, yeah, this is probably the last time you guys will see the F350 on the good old TooManyFords channel. But it's not the end of the channel, I hope. End of the channel will be me not uploading videos, which I'm hoping to get better about. So, updates on other things. Race season has started with autocross and the bracket challenge out at Firebird Raceway. So that's pretty cool. Once my lady and I get our truck situation figured out, we'll be doing some boating videos. I got my power boat is almost dewinterized. I mean, it's just hooking some stuff back up and getting some fresh fuel in it and running it for a bit. So there's still a lot to come. I haven't decided what the next Death and Resurrection vehicle is going to be. I have a few that definitely qualify, but I'm not sure which one we're going to wind up going with. It's either going to be the Buell or the big block car. I haven't decided which one I want to start working on again yet. Probably, more than likely, it's going to wind up being the big block Mustang. But it might be the Lightning. I don't know. You're going to have to stick around and find out. So, thank you guys so much for sticking around with me through a few episodes and a few months of messing with this thing. And all the feedback and the viewership has been really great. It's not big in numbers, but I've been getting a lot of text messages and DMs and messages on Instagram, people asking me to start uploading videos again. And even though it's only a few people, it's cool. It's cool being able to put something out there that at least a few people like, and I hope to continue doing that. So, I guess we want to call this a season? I don't know. Thanks for watching the first season of the Death and Resurrection show. This has been a pretty cool experience, regardless of the outcome. And I hope that we get to do it again soon, but maybe the next time I buy something and rebuild it, I'll keep it. Alright, thanks guys. I'll see you next time.